Hi, welcome to
Hi.
the casting couch.
Oh my God.
Hi, and welcome to Techno Talks. We are here today with Glia.
Hi.
Hi, hi, hi. Can you tell me who is Glia?
So it's me. My actual name is Maya.
Yes.
But Glia is a producer and a DJ or an artist. And I've been involved in music for the past 8 years now. Like publicly, and before that, just like on the computer at home and stuff. Um, I like making um, different kinds of music, but mostly I really like playing techno music and, of course, producing music that involves synthesizers. Um, so I think my taste is quite versatile, but I usually play just techno music, yeah.
This Mali. This interview is gonna be all about him, definitely. So you're a producer and a DJ. Which of the two do you prefer?
I started by being just a DJ, and that happened when I was 14. But it began like being like downloading virtual DJ, and
Yeah, yeah,
like
yeah.
doing mixes with friends to play on the bus and stupid stuff like that. And then after I was 18, I started playing in actual clubs in front of actual people and on legit equipment.
Before you're playing before fake people.
No, no one. My mom and dad. Mom, come in the
How
room.
did you get introduced to electronic music?
Um, I was thinking about this question when I was driving here because,
Yeah.
of course, I imagined the questions that I would potentially be asked.
Must be for everyone
Yeah,
the
I
number
know.
one question.
But
Where did
like,
you start?
I think there were like multiple influences. One of them was being introduced to like more Western music. Um, and the other one was the beginning of the internet, like because I'm at the age when I was the person that got like introduced to the internet when they were teenagers.
Yeah.
So those two, and it was just something that really grabbed me, and it was impossible to escape it. So I really used to like watching like Sensation White videos or listening to the Underworld and
Yeah, yeah.
Fatboy Slim.
Sensation White is more of
It's
a
like trance.
trance
Yeah, I
and
was really
house
into
event
trance at the beginning.
because it's around the corner from where I'm from.
Oh yeah,
So you know.
yeah. I always was like, oh, I wanna go party here, mom. Look, and my mom would be like, shit, where's this going?
So you were more into trance, and then
Yeah, at the
later
beginning, definitely. Yeah.
you switched to techno.
Yeah, like techno actually came like after my 20s, because I was introduced to techno when I actually went partying. So I went to Germany, to Munich, and me and my friend went to this club, and I was like, wow, this music is amazing, and it just like consumed me.
Yeah.
And there was no turning back from there.
Here in Slovenian scene, I saw that you looked up to Umek and Kansani. Are there foreign DJs maybe when you came to Munich that you
I mean, of course, like I think we have like some quality artists in Slovenia as well,
yeah
and they're like internationally recognized. But of course, I kind of always looked up to foreign producers more, not because of like who's better, but just because of the genre was more familiar for me, or like it was more soothing for me.
can you name somebody that is
Like the OGs are like, for example, I love the Underworld. I still love him. I still like his production, like Bicep also. But then if we're going more into techno, it
yes
would be like Marcel Datman, Banklock, Chris Liebing.
so that's all German
Yeah.
there yes
Deutschland.
exactly so you were living in Berlin as well
Yeah, I lived there for 2 years because I went to study audio production there.
uh-huh
So I was studying politics first, and then I was like, I really want to like learn more about music and more about audio, and I went to Berlin to study that for 2 years, and I did my bachelor from audio production, and it was just amazing to live there because you're surrounded by all this influence, and like the entire city is just breathing electronic music and like personal freedom, I don't think like there is any better city than Berlin if you want to be involved in music industry.
Yeah, for a lot of people, I think it's kind of the mecca of techno,
it
where
is, and
everyone wants to
it's
go.
like it's so easy because you just like meet people, and then they make parties, so you get like playing really fast. You know, it's like it turns around super fast, like the people, the parties, everything.
Is there any differences like culturally you have noticed between different countries that when you were there, is the crowd that much different from
I
here in
think it's
Slovenia?
super different. I think the more north you go, the music gets harder, and the people also are much more intense or aggressive. Not in a bad way, but just like vibe
Yeah,
wise.
yeah.
Because like if you play, when I played in Spain or in Lisbon versus playing in Berlin or Warsaw, it's like
A
completely
world of
different.
difference.
It's completely different. Yeah, like in Spain or Lisbon is way more sensual, and then in Berlin or Warsaw even it's like much more like hard and intense, and not even like genre wise, but just like energy wise, you know.
The people are
Yeah,
more.
the people, how they dance, how they approach the DJ booth, and how they come walking towards the stage and everything, you know.
So then you're gonna get the crazy fan question that, did ever somebody, walk to you like that? And
I mean, I think like maybe sometimes they're not necessarily even fans, but because I'm a woman, you kind of always get hit on by weirdos sometimes, and I wouldn't call them fans because they're in it for the different reasons. But like the fan person, I think one of the like the more craziest thing was that one fan gave me a purely fur hat, and it was
okay,
like it wasn't like it was a weird hat because it was like pure leather on one side and pure fur, like with really long fur.
like one of those Russian
Yeah, like the
style
Russian style hat. Yeah.
with the star in the middle
Yes.
and the
And
earmuffs.
and he did that. Yeah.
That is the gift that you remember.
Yeah.
Did you have any other gifts, or that somebody came up to you, or any weird requests, like you were in a club and somebody came up to you and is like, hey, any experience?
I mean, you see
Well,
everything.
we won't tell anybody.
You see everything in the nightlife. I think like the sorts of stuff that I've seen or you probably seen as well. It's
Yeah,
like
but that's why I'm
the
asking
extent of
specifically
that is
this
just like
question. There's always somebody that
yeah,
you're like, you
exactly.
know what happened to me now?
Yeah.
So now I want to hear your story.
Like the maybe one of the most like funniest thing was as well like when I was playing in Warsaw, there was one friend with me that was also playing there, and I remember it was my first gig in Warsaw, and I was playing, and I usually really love to read the room,
Yeah.
and I couldn't read the room then because people were just really under substances and like really high and aggressive,
Yeah.
and I was just playing like that, and then my friend came and I was like, shit, I cannot look at them, I cannot look them in the eyes, you know. And he was like, I couldn't look at them either, you know. So that was quite an extent.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there are a lot of people on substances in our kind of
Yeah.
scene, I
Yeah.
guess.
And we gave them the name satellites
Yeah.
because they weren't here anymore.
Yeah, just hovering around.
Yes, exactly.
But that is kind of a not so positive experience, I guess. But do you have a favorite moment on in your career, on a party or an event, or
Like,
just in any way that's like a standout of like, you know, this was so
yeah.
freaking good.
I think like DJ wise, like for me, a few special moments were the first few times when I was playing in front of 1,000+ people,
Yeah.
because the energy that was there was just so much to take in.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
I was playing, and it's just like I couldn't just stop smiling, and like I was almost crying, but not because of sadness or anything, but just like the intensity of it all.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And that feeling is so precious because you never get it anywhere else except in that situation.
Yes,
Um,
the bigger the crowd in front of you,
yeah,
the more feedback you just get,
exactly.
the more people are hyped actually to
Yeah,
be on a
and this is
party
so
like that,
intense,
and
you know.
you get
So
all the energy back at you.
that was very special for me. And for example, last year I was playing in front of UMEC in Maribor, on the northern part of Slovenia, and there was 2,000 people there,
Yeah, yeah.
and I was just like on the stage. I was like, what is this, because it was just like so much energy and so much people coming towards you and dancing.
That
So
is basically one of the big things of being a DJ,
yeah, I
like
think it is.
the energy of the people,
Also
right?
like performing,
Yeah.
because like I was reading an interview once by I think it was the Rolling Stones, and Mick Jagger was saying exactly that, like the energy that you get from the crowd is the his drug basically. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. For me, it's also the same.
Yeah.
So yeah, we had now 2 years of coronavirus where that energy was just completely lost for many of us. How did that affect your career? Did you
Like it affected
still get
me
to play?
in a really negative way, I would say, because like 2019 was the year when I started getting a lot of gigs. Like there was a lot happening. I got signed to Swara as well, and I was like, yes, I can finally play my own music in good clubs and blah blah blah. And everything just shut down.
Yeah.
So it was really hard to not have that in your life. And then you're like convincing yourself, oh, I'm gonna produce more music now, it's gonna be fine, but then you don't really have a lot of inspiration because it's
Yes,
just like
that
really.
energy is lacking. So
Yeah,
you
yeah,
yes,
exactly.
yeah, yeah, I get it.
So
I
it
get
was
it.
much harder, but I think this year it's been picking up really fast again.
Yes.
Everything.
Yeah, lockdown kind of ended and
Yeah.
everything fell into place
Yeah,
to
exactly.
be normal again. So you said your release on Swara. That's a big deal. Congratulations on
Thank you.
that. Can you tell us more about the release? I also know you said a new album.
Yes. So I signed 2 tracks to Swara right before COVID, and it was, of course, I was really happy. This was one of my goals, like to get signed to Swara, because you have like these small goals that you want to achieve, and one of them was Swara. And Koyu, the label owner, he contacted me through Instagram, and he was like, Glia, did you send me these tracks on for one platform? And I didn't see his messages on the platform because I
Yeah,
just sent
yeah.
it, and I was like, yeah, whatever. And I was like, yeah, of course. Yes,
He's a
please.
friendly guy.
He's super friendly.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, he's super friendly. So that was with Swara, and with the new album is the past 1 year and a half I was making like a lot of music, and also like different styles of music. It's really hard for me to produce only like techno,
Yeah,
because
yeah.
I get quite bored with it. I love playing it, but like just producing it all day, like every day, I need something
Yeah,
more
you
a lot
need
of time.
variety. You
Yes.
cannot do just one thing all the
Yeah,
time.
yeah. So the album is like more of a story about basically about the corona and like the feelings that occur there, and how it is like when you kind of lose yourself and you have to find yourself again.
So you did find some inspiration during
Yes,
Corona times.
basically, in
Yeah.
sadness.
You did get the whole album then.
Yes, and I created the album, and it's gonna be released on Diffused Reality, which is a label based in Barcelona.
Okay.
And it was also really coincidental that I got it signed, because I wanted to send it to them, but I was kind of nervous. Oh, maybe this is not their style. And then they invited me for a podcast, and I was like, yeah, of course, I would love to come to the podcast. Can you maybe listen to my unreleased music? And they were like, yes, we want to sign all of them. And I was like, okay.
When it's gonna be out?
I don't have the release date yet, but
Okay.
it's like happening
We're gonna be hearing about it in the future for
super
sure.
soon. Yeah.
Okay, great. You do more than one style of music. So, how do you get inspiration for those genres?
Like when I started DJing, I was actually not playing techno at the beginning. Like I was,
Yes, you were listening to trance and
yeah, and like at some point it was like drum and bass and dubstep. Um, so I think like I can find like a lot of beautiful emotion, or like a lot of some kind of emotion in different genres. Doesn't necessarily have to be techno. And when I'm producing music, it's kind of the same. I don't only express myself in one genre or something. And I also like I have an analog synthesizer, and I really like playing with that. I
yeah.
like playing with melodies and just like recording stuff, and then like filming my vocal over it. So
Do you ever go back to your roots of trance where you started?
like
And
sometimes I'm kind of like taken there, but not by purpose, and then I'm like, oh no, don't like that anymore.
are there any genres like that you used to like and that now you are just done with
Yeah, I
completely?
think like I'm even ashamed to say it now.
No, oh,
But like,
now I definitely want to
but
hear
like
it.
when I was like, I don't know, like 16, 17-ish,
Yeah.
EDM became popular.
Okay, you're so much younger than
And
I
I
am. I
and
have
I
to
kind of
remember
like that.
that.
I kind of like that for a period of time. I think I was always on the underground edge of like EDM.
There is an
Yeah,
underground
like for
edge?
example, Pendulum or Knife Party or
Okay, yeah,
yeah,
but that is more already towards the
like
dubstep
electro.
kind of
Yeah,
loud,
but it
aggressive
was still like really
EDM-y.
yes.
So that is something that you used to be into,
Yeah,
and
and I don't think I would ever go back there. Um, but I still like some of the genres I did before. Like for example, I really like old tracks from Eric Prydz.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
So that kind of music.
As Prida or as
Yeah, it's Prida. Yeah,
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 Prida,
Prida. Yeah,
yeah, Prida or Series D for me is also
yeah,
one of the
I
top
love
of the
that.
list. Especially his stage design is always
Oh, that's a next
massive,
level.
next level.
Next level.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You hope to do something like this
Yeah, I mean that
to
would be such a dream because I listened to one of his interviews once and he was saying, "Yeah, I just live here in Malibu. When I wake up, I go a bit to the ocean, then I go and produce music downstairs." And
yeah,
then he has like those, I don't know, 5, 6, 10 performances per year that are
yes,
really like high level production. I
yes.
think
He does everything himself, and
that's amazing to
yeah.
do.
So that is one of the other goals. And you said
That would be like the ultimate goal.
yes,
Yeah.
that you can design your own stage
Yeah,
and
exactly. And also like to have the selection of events where you want to play, not to be like everywhere in every little small bar club, whatever, you
yeah,
know.
yeah, yeah.
I really want to avoid that because I think it's much more precious when it's just a few times. It's
Yes.
like giving candy, you know. Yeah.
Yeah. And for your production, you said Sara was on the list of little goals.
Yeah.
What's the number one thing on that list?
It's like it's so high up that I'm even like sometimes like too modest to admit it.
No, you have to
But I
admit it
have
and you
to,
have to
like, I
visualize
would
it. So
be
tell us.
insanely happy to ever get signed to Clockworks. So that's Band
Fan
Clock's
clocks.
label, and also to Trip.
So we're gonna send him this interview and hopefully he will hear it and
He's been like, okay, charity. And
it's like I
also,
like her, we're
yeah,
gonna ask her.
also Trip, like Trip, Nina's label. I really like, even though like there's a lot of political polemics around her. Like I don't want to get into that, but like I like a lot of her artists
Yeah.
because I like how versatile her label is.
Yeah, yeah.
And I really see myself there because of that.
How do you feel about that anyways? Like a lot of people like now you have this unfortunately it's the two female DJs Nastya and Nina
Yeah, the problem, yeah.
that are throwing mud, flinging shit at each other basically
Yeah.
online, and even Awakenings Festival, I believe Nastya does not want to play because Nina and other Russian people.
Wow.
What do you think about the dancing scene and politics being
Yeah.
involved in that actually? Now that we're talking about Nina, that is like hot topic.
Yeah, it is. I know. Like I understand like the dance music or like techno especially came from the roots of like like rebels and stuff, you know? Like
Yeah.
it come from like small political movements,
Underground resistance.
underground resistance, that's the right word. So it was always kind of about politics, but for me personally, sometimes I just think art is like the art is too good to mix it with politics, because I also know like they're banning some of like classical Russian composers now,
Yeah.
and for me it's like a bit, I don't want to say unfair, but it's like how is a 19th century like
Yeah, that
composer, why, you know?
no, but that is it's a bit extreme,
It's super extreme,
but
yeah.
yeah, more of the people are anyway really dumb when it comes
Yeah, yeah.
to doing stuff like that. But in specifically in the techno scene, how do you know what would you ever consider yourself not working with somebody because of those reasons, or you are like no, the scene is open
I
and
think it's like hard to answer that because I can imagine saying no now, but like if I was emotionally like involved or saddened by a thing, maybe I would act differently, you know.
Yeah.
Because when it's personal, I think it's harder to tell. So
Yeah, I can imagine that
yeah,
to be true.
but objectively, I disagree with it. Yeah, subjectively, I also kind of understand, but I wouldn't want
Yeah,
to
it's
get
a
involved.
it's a tough it's a tough question to answer. Yes, I've been
Yeah.
also
I can
thinking
answer you
about.
after the interview.
Let's not go there. So we're anyway now from the boss man. I do get the signal that we have reached the end of it. So you can tell me afterwards. And thank you very much for your time. And
Thank you for inviting me.
you're very welcome. And looking forward to the release of your album and much more in the future.
Thank you.
And do you have anything that you want to tell the people that are watching the show personally to
Um,
them?
Thank you for watching the whole interview.
Sorry, people, I suck. But she was fantastic.
Thank you. I'm happy that someone is like entertained or interested or maybe even get something out of it.
Yeah.
That's like really valuable
No,
for me as well.
I'm sure your fans will be thrilled at seeing you just having a conversation and learning more about you as a person.
Yeah,
I
definitely. Yeah.
guess so.
Yeah.
Okay, so people, that was it for this episode. Thank you for watching and see you next time on Techno Talks.
Thank you.